So whenever it comes to the D helper, there's also a slider for circle. So like I said, box is the only one that doesn't get a slider, so I'm going to be pondering a slider of specialized modifier settings to affect only box because box is so near and dear to me. Look at me talking about box even in the circle segment, I'll stop. So with circle, the main thing about circle is that there's quick preferences for you to click to quickly adjust your segment count on the fly, because whenever you're using Boxcutter, instead of typing things in manually, I found it easier to just be able to quickly just change it on the fly without having to type in numbers. However, if you are needing to type numbers, you are able to do that. In addition to that, we see that the diameter is also able to be adjusted inside the settings of circle, in addition to it being one of the dimensions that is available. The thing about vertices is that while you see that we're going from 3 to 64, that isn't actually the limit. If you're a mad lad, you can type in 128. If you're a super mad lad, you can type in 256. And if you're just trying to test our limits, you can type in 512. And that's actually the limit of circles for vertices for circle at this time, in case you're making a spaceship or something. But the coolest part about circle to me is that we can press D, we can click on bevel to just start adjusting a bevel. Of course, we have 512 verts, so this is going to perform a little slow, but we could press tab to pause, we could press D, go back into the helper, we can choose to flip the shape, which will give us a reverse bevel, and we can actually adjust it on the fly. And in the previous update logs, I was talking about how when it came to the reverse bevel, we weren't able to actually adjust the segment count for the reverse bevel, but we see that in this update, segments is now front and center, and you can adjust them to your heart's content to allow you to get the reverse bevel in the method that it was intended to. Previously, you would get reverse bevels and it would be really rounded. We would press B, Q in order to do it, and then as you roll the wheel, you would get your reverse bevel. You could press Shift F in order to basically flip it, and this really isn't the designated reverse bevel to me. Being able to press D and go inside the settings and just scroll the segments down on basically only the secondary segments is exactly what we were going for with this particular update.